Do you see this? Does anybody out there know what this is? Let me back it up a little. Can you look at this and can you tell me what that is? I'm going to tell you what that is. This is a feeler gauge set that I've had since I was a teenager. What is a feeler gauge? I'm going to tell you what a feeler gauge is. A feeler gauge is something that you use for spark plugs or possibly to set your valves on a Volkswagen Beetle. This is the tool that I use to set valves on a Volkswagen Beetle Bug. This is the tool that I use to gauge, all right, the 04 or 05 feeler gauge setting. This is a feeler gauge set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something that you've probably never seen in your life before. I'm going to show you what this feeler gauge is going to be used for right now. Before we take the opportunity to show you what a feeler gauge is going to be used for today, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that's read the title, and if you haven't seen the video that I made last Thursday, was it Friday morning or Friday night? I don't even fucking know when. Go back and watch that, because since the day that I made that last live video that I made, because I don't like making live videos, but we're going to make one anyway. I have probably slept 4 hours, maybe 5 hours in the last, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3.5 days. And the reason is because of dental work that I have gotten. In the last video, I explained that I have gone to the dentist so many times in my life that I could probably be a dentist. And I also stated that if I had the dental tool, I would grind my own crowns down to fit my mouth. Or possibly if I had the dental tool, I would cut the 2 crowns out that I just got out of my mouth myself. Now, let me explain something. This side of my jaw is fucking killing me. I got pain in this tooth right here now. I spent close to $20,000 fucking dollars for implants. I got 5 implants on the top. I got 1 implant down here. Actually, I got 6 implants, no, 7 implants in my mouth. It's unbelievable, unfucking believable that I'm traveling 125 miles one way to go to a dentist to get dental work. Why haven't I got any sleep? Because when I go back to the dentist today, I'm getting these crowns taken out. I'm going to have him take these fucking crowns out of my mouth. The crowns that he made are not seating into the teeth properly. What's happening, instead of, let me go ahead and kind of show you. So here's the bottom tooth, here's the top tooth. This is how the teeth are supposed to sit, okay? Watch my hand. Do you see that? Do you see the gap? Okay? Look at the gap getting bigger. That's because this is my bottom tooth, this is the top tooth. This is how the tooth sits. It doesn't sit like that. It sits like this. So when I move my mouth, you see, it goes like that. So when it seats itself, when it actually seats, that means that my jaw is moving like this, and the tooth is sitting like that, putting pressure on the inside of, no, on the outside of my tooth, which is in relation, putting pressure on my jaw. Now, imagine this doing this with two teeth, except, hold on, we're not done yet. This one sits over here like that, but then on the other side of my mouth, this one sits over here. So I got two teeth. One crown up here and the other one down here, and one sits out here, and this one sits out here. Can you? I don't know if you can see this or not. Okay, let me get that. Can you see that right there? Okay. This is a feeler gauge. This is a feeler gauge that I've had since probably 1973, 74. This is the feeler gauge that I use when I rebuild Volkswagen motor engines, or possibly when I change the spark plugs in a Volkswagen engine, or possibly an old classic car engine. I am going to take this feeler gauge on my teeth. There we go, right there. And I am going to, this is where my mouth sits. This is my natural mouth opening. I am going to take this feeler gauge and I am going to show you the gap, because these teeth are sitting cockeyed like this. And the only way that, can you see me move I can't even get my jaw to move properly in the position where my teeth are sitting comfortable, because this tooth is killing me from this tooth being crooked. Okay, when I lay down or possibly get tired and I might fall asleep, my jaw naturally moves over, it moves like that. And then, of course, this tooth being out of whack is putting pressure on that tooth, making this tooth hurt. But we're not done with the story yet. I'm going to tell you the rest of the story, and I'm going to tell you why it's going to be a bad day today, because I'm just basically rambling, okay? You're listening to my story, and you think this is comical possibly, or maybe it's good entertainment, but you're sitting here listening to me, and you're probably gabbering yourself saying, oh my God, look what he's got. He's got a feeler gauge. What's going on? So anyway, let me go ahead and do this. Is it possible to get a younger dentist? The dentist that I'm going to right now, to answer that question. This guy is a brand new dentist. I would say he's probably been doing dentistry for a year and a half, 2 years. Fresh out of school. Minnie the Body Shop girl used to be a dental assistant for many, many years. Okay, she is very knowledgeable with dental work. I'm very knowledgeable with dental work because I've been getting dentistry done to me since I was 5 or 6 years old. Dentists that come out of schools these days do not want to do fillings. They do not want to do crowns. The only thing that they are trained to do is to come out of school. I'm sorry, they don't want to do root canals. Today, if you need a root canal done, the first thing the dentist will say, pull it out and put an implant in there. Just get rid of it. All right, first of all, I'm going to tell you from experience, if you got a fucking tooth in your mouth and it's the original tooth that you were born with and it grew in your mouth, do not get rid of it unless it's a fucking, you have to do it or don't have a tooth situation. You don't ever want to get rid of your original fucking teeth if they can be prepared. But the situation is dentists of today, all right, the new millennial dentists, they are not trained to do root canals. They are not trained to do a large cavity. They are trained to either say, we need to grind it down and put a crown on it, or we need to pull it out and put an implant in. The reason I know that, because I've been to dozens of dentists that I have went there specifically for one fucking tooth. And the first thing they say is, we need to get you on a dental plan. I don't want a fucking dental plan. I'm not here for a fucking dental plan, okay? I am fucking here for one fucking problem, one tooth, a fucking filling, or whatever the fuck's wrong. This tooth right here, all right, I went to a local dentist in town. Before I went there, I fucking called him and I told him, I said, I am coming in there for one tooth. A matter of fact, I even gave him the number of the tooth. I gave him the number of the tooth and I told him exactly what tooth. That way, you know, you try to tell these people this and they know that you know something about dentistry. You know something about the subject. So when you walk in there, they don't treat you like a fucking cow or a pig in a slaughterhouse. They don't treat you like a dumbass, but they do anyway, because you don't know nothing. Even though you're 60 years old and you've been going to the dentist for since you were 5, you don't know nothing. You are nothing. I am the one working on your mouth, and this is how it's going to be. No, I can't fucking sleep. I haven't slept in 4 fucking days. That's why it's 3:30 in the fucking morning and I'm doing this bullshit live video to answer that question, whoever said that. Okay, let me get back to the deal. I don't know nothing because I'm stupid. I'm just the guy sitting in the fucking chair with my mouth open, putting my fucking mouth in your fucking hands. But when it doesn't work out and the filling goes bad, or the crown doesn't fit, or the implant isn't proper, or, okay, here's an example of something that happened. The dentist was putting the abutment on the implant. An implant is a 3-piece fucking post. You got the implant that goes inside your fucking jaw. Then you got a 2-piece abutment that the tooth actually sits on. You got a round cylinder tube, and then you got a fucking screw that goes up into the tube and then screws into the implant in your fucking jaw. So is it my fault that when the dentist put the abutment on my fucking tooth to put a fucking crown on when he put it on the fucking implant, that he strips the fucking threads out? He strips the fucking threads out on the abutment. Thank God it wasn't the implant. Because if it was the implant, the part that's actually inside my fucking jawbone, if he would have stripped that out, I would have been fucked. And you know what the excuse would have been? Like I've gotten from 10 other fuck off dentists? I'm going to have to release you as a patient. It's obvious that we can't help you here. You're going to release me as a patient. It's my fault. It's my fucking fault. That's like me taking a late model car that's been in a collision repair, and instead of fixing it properly and buying a brand new fender for it, I take my exotic dent puller and I pull it out, even though it needs a fender. I'm a cheapskate and I'm a piece of shit, and I pull the fucker out and I put a gallon of Bondo in it and I block sand it down and I paint it, and it all bleeds back and blisters back and the paint doesn't shine and the fender's wavy and crooked. And the people pay me good money to do this, or the insurance company. And the customer is upset. He's not mad. He's upset. He's ready to, he's cried several times all weekend. That's right, cried. And he's a 65-year-old man that is very upset with me. But I'm going to release him as a customer because I can't satisfy him. Okay? Am I making sense here? It's not really about the fucking dentist. It's about what goes on in society that we live in. So we got a feeler gauge here that's fucking probably older than you are. And I'm going to take that feeler gauge and I'm going to find out what kind of size gap I have between my fucking teeth when my mouth sits normal, in its normal position. Okay? So here it is right here. So we're going to start with this one. This is a pretty thick one. And okay, that won't fit. Well, it kind of does. No, that one's too big. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that one down here. Then we're going to come up here. Now, here's two of them together. Okay, so here's two of them. Can we see that? Let's see. Okay, here's two. We're going to go ahead and take this one. This is a very flimsy one. We're going to... Okay, that actually fits. This actually fits in between my teeth. What do you got? That's it right there. That's the one. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And now I'm going to see, okay? Okay, there it is right there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn the flashlight around because I want to see what gauge that is. I can tell you this. It's one that I use all the time on a Volkswagen engine. I can't read the gauge gap on it, but I can tell you this, okay? That gap, that gauge right there that you're looking at fits between my teeth when my mouth is in, oh, you're looking at that tooth. You're looking at that one right there, the one that's missing. Okay, well, whatever this gap gauge is, fits between my teeth when my mouth is at a normal, relaxing position. So is it my fault? Is it my fault? Am I the one to blame on this? Because I'm the patient that has paid, I mean, in a lifetime span, I probably have spent at dentists, and you're going to say there's no way, I have probably spent in a lifetime span, I would probably say $100,000 at fucking dentist's office. The first implant that I got right here, this first implant, when that tooth broke out at the gums like this one, because of shitty dentistry, not because of me, it was because of shitty fucking dentistry. That one implant cost me $10,000 fucking dollars because it was such a long time ago. Implants were new to the industry and they were very expensive. Just like when CDs came out. Remember a CD, you know what a CD is, right? Remember when CDs came out and instead compact discs and everybody was buying 8 tracks and cassettes? CDs were like $30 a piece, and that was way back in the day. So $30 back then compared to now was like $100. Well, that's how implants were. I actually ended up selling a 1962 Galaxy that I restored for my daughter so I'd have enough money to get this fucking $10,000 fucking implant. Because I thought I was doing the right thing. Because if I had to get dentures in my mouth, I would be miserable. I would be more miserable than I am right now. I got bad fucking knees. And you want me to tell you what my bad knee, I'm sorry, I got a bad fucking knee. You want me to tell you what it's from? It's not from being on the concrete on my knees. It's from standing on concrete, working, slaving, making a living all my life. That's what my knee is bad from. Because when I get on my knees, and I've been this way ever since I was a teenager, I refused to just get on my knees. I would put knee pads on. But knee pads weren't enough. So now my knee is so fucked up, it hurts continuously. And not just on my knee, the pain goes down my leg, into my ankles, and into my shin bones. And I mean, when I get done doing this video and I stand up, I got to stand up very slowly. So this isn't just about the fucking dentist. But you know why I don't go get a knee replacement? Well, first of all, they won't give me a knee replacement. They say I'm too young. I'm too young to get a knee replacement. And that's telling me that the reason they're saying that is because knee replacements don't last forever. And if you get one now, then in 8 to 10, 12 years from now, you'll have to get another one. So the doctor tells me, go home and take 6 Advils 3 times a day. Yeah, okay, why don't I get addicted to Advils so I can rot my liver out or my kidneys? You know why I don't, you know, the main reason why I don't push the subject of getting a knee replacement? Because in today's society, and the doctors and dentists that you work with today don't know what the fuck they're doing. And if I got a knee replacement, it would probably turn out to be worse than what the fuck I got now. So I would rather live with this fucking pain that I got in my fucking knees. And I'm not going to go get steroid shots or cortisone shots. That shit ain't happening either. I'm not putting those drugs in my fucking system. And I'm not going to sit here and explain it to you. You can go ahead and read about it and do your research on those fucking things. Okay, that's a temporary fix. And then once your body is immune to those don't do shit either. So every now and then I will take 3 Advils. But they don't kick in after I take them. It takes a day for them to kick in. So I'll take them today, but tomorrow that my knee will feel okay. Okay? Now, I just took a fucking feeler gauge and put them in my fucking mouth in my comfortable position. But the dentist claims that my teeth, the crowns that he gave me are the right crowns. They're set. That's how they should be. Bullshit. It's not your fucking mouth. You're not the patient paying all the money. And that, when you go to these dentists and these doctors, they give you this guilt. The medical industry gives you a guilt feeling that if it doesn't go right, it's your fault. It's not their fault because they're the professional. You're not. You're just the motherfucker sitting in a fucking chair with your fucking head back, putting your trust into some fuck-off stranger, because that's all he is. He's a stranger. You don't go out to eat with him. You don't go play golf with him. You don't go mountain biking with this guy. All you know is what his name is and what he does for a living, and that you are putting your life in his fucking hands. And if you're going to be depressed all your fucking life, guess what? He's at home sleeping in his fucking bed nice and cozy. Well, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning coming on this, bitching and complaining, hollering and screaming, because I ain't got nobody to talk to about it. My wife doesn't want to hear about the shit no more. She's sick of it. Because she claims when I talk about it, I'm getting mad at her about it, and I'm blaming her. I'm not. She doesn't want to hear about it no more. So I'm sitting here all by myself. I don't have nobody to talk to about it. Okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to go over here to this fucking neighbor that doesn't talk to me because that's how society is today? You don't talk to your neighbors. You don't know your neighbor. You don't talk to him. Stay in your own fucking square and shut the fuck up. So I'm supposed to go knock on this guy's door or this lady's door. Hey, I got a problem. I don't have nobody to talk to. That's how life is, see? Everybody's boxed up. Everybody's in their own little fucking world, and nobody does anything for anybody, and all they do is care about themselves. Like these fucking dentists. I was telling you, I went to this fucking local dentist here in town. There's only 2 dentists in Moab, by the way. The other one, I specifically called both of them, not just one of them. I actually went into one of them, and I specifically told him that I do not want to talk about getting implants. I got a tooth right here that needs a crown put on it. Whichever, yeah, this one here. I know I can get a crown. I've already been to the dentist in Dallas, Texas. I do not want to have to drive 3,000 miles to get a fucking crown. I am coming in there for one specific tooth to get a crown. I go in there, this fucking cocksucker, piece of shit dentist, if anybody lives in Moab and is listening to me, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Fuck you. Local motherfucker. Take your local shit and go fuck yourself. I'm a human being. I live in fucking America, and if I want to fucking buy property here in your town, I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I got that fucking right. And I will never claim to be a fucking local in this fucking town. Because I don't fucking... That's another day and another story. The dentist is a local. I go to this fucking dentist. I specifically tell him exactly what I want. And look at me. Okay? Look at me. Do you think that I'm some innocent child that doesn't know anything and I got my thumb up my ass? Look in my fucking mouth and look at all the dentist work that I've gotten. Do I look like I've never had dentistry done and I don't know what the fuck a crown is? Or a root canal? Or a cavity? But they play you stupid. You're a dumbass. I cannot give you a crown, sir. That tooth is too far gone. We make our own crowns here. We got our own machine. It's a 3D machine that we make our crowns right here in the house, and it will be a perfect fit once we give you an implant. Fuck you. I'm not pulling my motherfucking tooth out. I specifically told you on the phone. That'll be a $120 consultation fee, sir. Make me pay $120 to tell me I'm not giving you a crown. If you want something done, it'll be an implant. I go to the other fuck off dentist, the one that did these fucking, okay? That's his shit. He says, okay, Pete, yeah, you can get a crown there. This crown that he did, the very first one that this dentist did, came out awesome. It came out perfect. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bash this fucking dentist that I'm going to right now. He's actually a nice guy. I think he's a new dentist that's out of school maybe 2 years. Okay? I don't know his life story. Like I said, I'm not his fucking buddy. I'm not his fucking friend. Okay? He's a stranger. I don't think that he did these fucked up fucking crowns on purpose. I think he's just probably as nervous as I am about it and upset probably. I'm going to go get these fuckers taken out. I don't want these fucking things in my mouth. Okay? Now, this is the situation. This is another reason it's probably going to be a bad day. Because when you go through this, all right, and you've been to dentist after fucking dentist, and they put the guilt trip on you and say, well, you know, I've done everything I could do. I'm going to have to release you as a patient. What the fuck, man? You got all my fucking money. You fucked my mouth up. And it's my fault? It's my fault because I paid you? It's my fault because I'm the patient? It's my fault because you fucked up the crowns? So you're going to release me as a patient? Because I'm going to tell you, that's probably what's going to happen today. He's going to give me my bag full of fucking embutments. He's going to give me a bag, and he's going to number them and say, here you go. Here's your $3,000 worth of fucking little pieces of metal that in reality, they're about that big, in reality cost $4 or $5. That's another thing about the dental industry that you don't know about. When they give you a filling in your tooth, the compound that they use to make that filling comes in a little fucking container, and you can do 500 fucking fillings with it, and it costs like $12. But yet, on the other hand, they charge you, what is it now, $800, $1,200 for a fucking filling these days? These motherfuckers are making so much fucking money hand over fist, it's unbelievable. No, I'm not going to fucking Mexico. I'm not going to Brazil. I'm not going to Mexico. Okay? I ain't doing none of that shit. I got a friend that went to Mexico to get his wife went to Mexico to get one of those, what do they call that, stomach surgery to lose weight? She almost fucking died from it. Okay? So, yeah, that's the deal today. I haven't slept in 4 fucking days. All right. I don't really want to go back to the dentist because, okay, he's going to be like, yeah, you want to get him taken out. Or this is another thing that's going to happen. Well, I'm sorry to say, Peter, but I threw your caps away that screw into your implants. So I'm stuck with these motherfuckers. I am stuck with them. I want these fucking things out of my mouth. Well, if we take them out, then you got those, the abutments sticking out. The metal rods that they go on. So before I even head out to the dentist, did I tell you it's a 250-mile round trip to this fucking dentist's office? In the last month, I've traveled 1,000 fucking miles to go to the dentist. I won't be working today. I'm not going to be doing nothing. I'm going to sit right here in this fucking rocking chair till the sun rises in the dark. Look, yeah, taking my feeler gauge and doing this and listening to it. Can you hear that? Okay? And thinking and contemplating about it's getting closer to the minute. It's getting closer to the time to leave. It's getting closer to this, that, and the other. I got to get a fucking implant on this tooth. It's either that or leave the motherfucker like that and look like a crack whore. You know why this fucking tooth fucked up? Because of piss poor bad dentistry. Not just from one dentist, from 2 fucking dentists. I think I said this in the last little fucking video. I think I got $4,000 in this fuck off tooth that lasted about 3 years because of piss poor dentists. All these fucking problems I have are because of piss poor dentistry that failed. But it's my fault. I'm the bad guy. I'm the piece of shit. All right? They always come up with this bullshit excuse. You're not flossing. You're not brushing your teeth enough. And if you are brushing your teeth 2 or 3 times a day, then they tell you you're brushing it too much and you're taking the fluoride off your teeth. It's your fault. It's never their fucking fault. Nobody can take blame for nothing. Or here's a good one. What was the last dentist you went to? God, look at the shitty work he did. Oh, let me relate that to my business. Let me go ahead and relate that to who painted that car? Look what they did to you right here. Gosh, they should have done this. Why didn't they do that? Gee, look how they left it here. Oh my God, look inside the door jamb. Wow, look at that. Look at the finish on the back side of the hood. Wow, they fucked you around, buddy. You spent that much money on it? Gosh. You know, nobody can take the blame for anything they fucking do wrong. It's always your fault or somebody else's fault. So when I go to the dentist today, who fucking knows what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you my prediction from being at the going to the dentist for over 58 years. Well, Peter, we've done this on these two teeth several times. You've been up here in the last month. This is your 5th time up here in the last month. And we feel that we can't do anything for you. We're going to have to release you as a patient here. We really feel bad about it. We're really sorry. There's nothing we can do except make me walk out the door with pain in my mouth. And now, I don't have another dentist to go to. So now I've got to put my hands in another stranger. A stranger that I don't know, that I've never met in my fucking life, that's going to charge me a consultation fee. That's how these fuckers are. So you got to start all over. And it's $100 automatic to come in and talk to them for 5 minutes and give you a dental plan. We don't care about that one fucking tooth. Okay, I don't care about that. I know you called us on the phone and you traveled 150 miles to come here about that tooth, but this is the real deal. To fix that tooth, we got to do this, and we got to do this, and over here, look at that. And oh my God, you got $48,000 worth of work to do, sir. So before we do that tooth, let's go ahead and get this one done. That'll be $100. Go fuck yourself. I know you're not going to come back and see me again, but you know what? I just made $100, bitch. Because I sat there and talked to you for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. We took 5 x-rays. That'll be $250. When I got these stupid fucking implant crowns that don't fit worth a shit, I paid $1,200 fucking dollars each for them. But hold on, we're not done there. They actually had to take 2 x-rays. Okay, and these are digital x-rays. All right, do you know what a digital x-ray is? It's like taking your iPhone and taking a picture. You don't have to develop it. You don't have to spend no money on it. You just take a picture and it shows up on the computer. Of course, it's behind your head, and they won't let you look at it, even though it's your mouth. You can't see your own x-rays. They won't let you do that. They don't even ask you, can you turn around? I want to show you this. They don't do nothing. They just look at it, and it's all private. So anyway, it takes like that long to take an x-ray nowadays. So besides the $1,200 each, they charged me for 4 x-rays, which was $50. That was another $200. Like, $2,200 isn't enough money. Let's go ahead and get them for $50 a pop on the x-rays. We live in a fucking world that is a cesspool of scumbags. Okay? Scumbags. That's what we live in a fucking world of. And I'm not going to sit here and say every fucking doctor or every fucking dentist is a scumbag, but there's more scumbags than there is honest people. Here's another situation that makes it a bad fucking day. You're nice to a person, and you give them an inch, and they want a fucking mile. I'm sure you've heard of that. I'm sure you've heard that saying. You try to help somebody out, and they take advantage of you, and they use and abuse you because they know you're a nice guy and you're not going to tell them to fuck off. I run across people like that all the time. I got a customer here right now. I'm basically done with their fucking car. They owe me fucking money. All right? And they're taking 10 or 12 miles from me. Using me as a storage facility, basically. And I'm the motherfucker. I mean, what am I going to tell him? Hey, asswipe, get your fucking car off my property, bitch. Take your shit and fucking go. Give me my fucking money. Am I going to act like that? They claim there's a holdup on some parts that I need to finish their car that they were supposed to order. That's another thing. I let people order their own shit because I'm not going to get blamed for overcharging them. All right? For upcharging. I'm not going to get hassled and harassed because I could get on the internet and get it cheaper than that. Then get it. Get it. I don't care. So I don't even fuck with it anymore. You want the parts, go buy them yourself. Okay? But I'm going to start making a rule and regulation. You don't have the motherfucking part here when I need it, then guess what? Your shit's going to be packed up in your fucking car and I'm done. Come get it. I don't know. I think the older you get, the more wiser you get. I think the older you get, you start seeing stuff more clear in life. Because young people of today don't see or visualize what I see. All right? They will sit there and argue with me because this is the type of society they're growing up in, so they're used to it. I think the older you get, the more you really start to see what the fuck the world is all about. I don't know. All I know is that motherfucking feeler gauge right there goes in between my fucking teeth when I bite down like that. And the only way that my front teeth are in a position of normality is when my jaw is like this. Okay? Not like that. Like that. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. But it's my fault. Because I'm the patient. And I'm the one paying you. And you're the one doing the fucking work behind my back that I can't even see because my head's looking at the fucking ceiling and I don't know what the fuck you're doing in my mouth or what this lady's whispering in your ear about me talking behind my back while you're working on my mouth while she's rolling her fucking eyes like, gosh, what's wrong with this guy? We just can't get him squared up. And I guarantee you that's what goes on in a fucking dental office while you got your head back and they're working on your fucking mouth. They're back here talking to each other, rolling eyes, looking at each other. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll be right back, Peter. He walks out first, then she said, okay, let me go see what the doctor's doing. I'll be back in a second, sir. And then they're gone for a fucking hour. And you're sitting there in your fucking chair. Then they finally come back an hour later and fuck around again. That's another sign that a dentist doesn't want to fuck with you, is when you have an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning and you sit in that fucking chair for an hour to an hour and a half before he comes in and sees you and it's 10:30. When you go to the dentist and you have an appointment at a certain time, and then you sit in that fucking chair forever, that's a sign that the doctor's trying to tell you, I don't want to fuck with you no more, sir. Do you want to come in here and sit in the chair and just sit here? I'll let you sit here. But this is a sign telling you, I don't want you coming back. This piece of shit pile of dentist in Dallas, his name's, I'm going to go ahead and mention this fuck-off's name, Dr. Daniels in the Colony, Texas. He's one of the main culprits that fucked up about 7 of my teeth, 6 of my fucking teeth. This one right here that he put a fucking filling in has an impingement nerve. Oh, how do I know that? Because I've been going to the dentist since I was 5. And I know more about dentistry than that pile of shit does. What an impingement nerve is when they put a filling in your fucking mouth and it's not touching the nerve, but it's so close to the nerve that when you bite down on something, it puts pressure on that fucking nerve and just gives you just enough pain to say, motherfucker, that hurts. And there's only one way to fix it. You got to take the crown off that you paid $800 for, throw it in the trash, and they got to give you a fucking root canal for $1,500. Then you got to pay another $800 for a fucking crown. And then, hold on a minute, we're not done there. This fucking tooth here, I just had a crown put on it, and it's not seated into the gum. I asked that fucking dentist about it. I said, man, that's why this one failed. Because he fucking put a crown on the fucking tooth and it had a gap in the back and it leaked. But see, people that have ever gone to the dentist, you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? When you got a leak, that means that when you eat and food is getting compacted into the fucking crown and it's causing deterioration because it's rotting your tooth out inside the fucking crown. And eventually, this is what happened. Right there. Okay? The motherfucker breaks off at the gum line. And it normally happens to tooths that have been root canaled. Because when you take a root out, you have hollowed the tooth out, and you got to fill that tooth in. Oh, what do you fill it in with, Dr. Dentist Pete? You fill it in with a little rubber, okay? Did I just say rubber? It's a rubber compound, kind of like the eraser head, all right? The eraser head of a fucking a pencil. And they jam that motherfucker all the way up in there in each root. And that's what fills the root in. And then they cap it over. Did you know dentists, okay? This is another thing I found out about the dentist industry. They have a pact when they come out of school. They have a pact. And even if you are the worst, shittiest, quack dentist like this Dr. Daniels piece of shit in the world, there is no dentist, okay? We'll say, I'm not going to say no dentist, but most dentists, they will not testify against another dentist. They will not do it. It is against their oath when they come out of school that we will not testify against each other. Even though you know that this guy fucked your mouth up, I'm sorry, Mr. Hughes, I cannot do that. I can't do it. I can't do it, Peter. I was literally told that by a dentist. The one that gave me this crown that doesn't fit right. I was literally told, he said, when you come out of school, you have a pact with all of your other students that you're going to school with, that you will never, ever be a tattletale in the dental industry. You will just ignore it, and you will go down the line and do what you got to do and not turn in anybody. That is a scumbag fucking way to be. You are trained out of school that if that other dentist did shitty work, I'm not gonna tell anybody that he did. It's not my business. So you, the paying customer, the consumer, are the one that's fucked. Yeah, feeler gauge, you got it right there. That's the feeler gauge that fits between my teeth. Look at here. Look. I gotta go. I got a lot of sitting around to do till 7:30 gets there in the morning. I'll take my feeler gauge set, the one that I've had since I was like 12 or 13. I'll put it back in my toolbox. And the next time I need my feeler gauge, guess what? I got it. I got it right here. Whether it's for my teeth or for my ass, I got my feeler gauge. I might need that feeler gauge to gauge how big a hole they left in my ass after they fucked me and not lubricated me as they were fucking me. I might need that feeler gauge to do that. All right? I'm going to sit here. It's not just Dennis, okay? It's not just Dennis. It's everybody. It's the whole industry. It's the whole fucking world. Okay, whether you get your car painted by some bozo shop or you go to some fucking clown act fucking dentist. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut off today, and I'm hoping that he has the caps that screw into the implants, because if he doesn't, then I am really fucked. Then I am fucked. I want these motherfuckers out of my mouth. I already know what he's going to say, probably. Okay? He's going to say, I'm sorry, Peter. We've done everything we could for you. We're going to have to dismiss you as a patient. Thank you very much for taking my fucking money and fucking me in the ass with a feeler gauge, you motherfucker.